Hey, what's up guys, John here. Tesla is fueling a car market crisis, slashing prices again, and many EV companies across the world are doing the same to try to stay competitive. Currently, 1 out of 5 trade-ins nationwide have negative equity, meaning they owe more on the car than it's presently worth. Well, every single day that is going to continue to grow because more and more cars are becoming available for sale at lower and lower prices. For example, you can buy a Tesla Model 3 right now for $15,000, $16,000, $17,000. And this isn't, a situation where they're 120,000 miles, 50, 60, 70,000 miles, 18 grand. And there's not 1 or 2 of these for sale, hundreds of these for sale. Look at this Kelley Blue Book, 2019 or newer, and max price 20 grand, 2019 or newer, and you have 19,000 here, 18,000 here, 20 grand, all the way down 16,000 here, all the way down 5 pages full of different Teslas that people are trying to unload. More than likely at a massive loss. Because in 2021, you could buy that car new, and it was probably 40 grand, $45,000, maybe 47,000 if you got it fully equipped with all the bells and whistles. What's unfolding right now, I believe, is going to be something that's going to change the entire auto market forever. It's going to be these new laws that where they have to sell a certain amount of electric vehicles every single year as they phase out gas combustion engines. And as this begins to happen, there's going to be a smaller pool of available buyers to buy these cars. It's going to get harder to get parts, and it's going to get more expensive to fix these cars. And as that's unfolding, electric vehicle makers like Tesla are bringing out lease offers where you can get something for $150 a month, $200 a month, compared to, currently the average car payment is over $729 a month. So what you're going to start to see here is a lot of people walking away from their cars, offering voluntary repossessions. This is going off the charts right now. Voluntary repossession, people thinking about giving their cars back because they simply don't want to make the payments anymore. I'm going to break this down for you. I'm going to show you exactly what's going on to help you and position you for what I believe is going to be a great rug pull in the U.S. auto market. Please hit the like button. Hit the like button. YouTube will share the content, educate more people about what's going on in America's economy. If you'd like to fix your credit, we'd love to help you at my company, GreatCreditFast.com. That's GreatCreditFast.com. If you have late payments, medical bills, charge-offs, foreclosures, bankruptcies, repossessions, or any negative item in your credit report, go to GreatCreditFast.com. Click the link in the description just below. Get started now. Look at this. $47,000 was the average car price in America in 2021. 47 grand. Now, to finance that at today's interest rates, you're looking with insurance and your gas. You're probably looking at $1,400-$1,500 a month. It's absolutely crazy. Look at this. So on a car market calculator, or auto loan calculator, $47,000 at an interest rate of 14%, which, according to Bank of America, that's near prime, which is, 601 to 660 credit score. If you have a better credit score, 9.73%, but if you have low credit, 18.89%. So just going 14% conservative, you're looking at $1,000 a month for a $47,000 purchase. How many people are going to be signing up for that now? I don't think many. I think a lot of people are going to start getting pushed into these lease offers like what's unfolding right here. For example, I could lease this Model 3 for $360 a month for 24 months, but it gets better. Colorado gives you a $5,000 rebate for any EV purchase or lease under 80 grand. This would effectively make my payment $151 a month. I pay my wife's cell phone bill with mine. We have a family plan. It's less than, it's probably $150, right? $160 a month. That's leasing a Tesla. That's leasing a Tesla in Colorado, for context. They're basically giving these cars away. It's going to be a really big problem for a lot of automakers. Breaking, Tesla has dropped the price of FSD from $8,000 from $12,000 in the US. 1.6 million views. Receive 1 month trial for full self-driving capability with a new vehicle purchase. Your car will be able to drive itself almost anywhere with minimal driver intervention and will continuously improve auto steer on city streets, traffic lights, and stop sign control. Right? If you currently own a Tesla's enhanced autopilot, upgrading to FSD will now only cost you $2,000. Right? So they are slashing the prices of these offers. And you can see it even in their stock. They're getting desperate to offload this inventory. Their stock is down almost 41% in 4.5 months. 40.81%. And I personally think the bleeding has just begun. I think we could start to see a lot more price cuts as consumers are tapped out. Not many people are out there looking to buy a car right now. A lot of people are looking, I would bet, to get rid of a car versus buy a car. A lot of people are really struggling financially right now. Biden administration imposes strictest ever vehicle emission standards in a bid to phase out gas cars. The Biden administration announced Wednesday that it will impose the strictest vehicle emission regulations ever enacted as part of an effort to push the American car industry towards electric vehicles. The emission standards which will cover light-duty vehicles, cars, SUVs, and pickup trucks, are set to apply to models produced from 2027 to 2032 and beyond. But what's going to happen? Car makers now are seeing the trend, and they're going to start transitioning early to get ahead of it. They're not going to start, doing this transition in 2026 and then try to start in 2027. They're going to get in front of this to gather market share of the electric vehicle market that's going to continue to grow as the gas combustion market continues to fade out. Biden administration rolls out new tailpipe rules that will boost EV and hybrids. And you have many states, for example, look, this is the LA Times saying the Biden administration revs up planned transition from gas-powered to electric vehicles. And again, 2027 will require car makers to increase sale of electric vehicles while cutting carbon. So how can they require the car makers to increase sales? The only way that they can make that happen is going to be slashing prices in a very, very substantial way, like what Tesla is doing right now. Now, they say that it's not a full ban on gas-powered vehicles. I would argue that we're likely walking into a full-fledged ban. It might be done on a statewide level, might not be on a federal level, but it may be on a federal level in the coming decade or so. Currently, 9 states are already banning the sale of gas-powered cars. So you're already starting to see this movement. At least 9 states are slated to join California prohibiting the sale of new gas-powered cars in about 11 years. California is gearing up to prohibit the sale of new gas-powered cars. A measure approved in California Air Resources Board in August in 2022 requires all cars, SUVs, and pickup trucks sold in the state to generate zero tailpipe emissions. Then you have this, just came out 3 days ago, at least 8 states plan to ban these cars after 2035. 3 ways to capitalize on this. More states are moving in this direction. So when you kind of look at where the everyday American consumer is right now, as we're walking into this big change, you can see, what's likely going to be unfolding in the auto market. Auto loan delinquency revs up as car prices stress budgets, right? Coming out about 2 months ago. Auto loan delinquency is at a 13-year high. Texans among the highest in credit card and auto loan defaults. Delinquency rates at the highest levels in almost 30 years. A lot of people are underwater on their vehicles at a time in which auto insurance is continuing to rise. So I personally believe this situation where they say more than 1 in 5 trade-ins, so 20% of all trade-ins have negative equity, that number is going to grow. It's going to grow in a big way because a lot of lenders are going to continue to pull back on loaning, issuing loans on these products. And the reason for it is because if you were a lender and you were going to lend on an asset, knowing that that asset was likely going to get harder to sell in the event of a repossession or a foreclosure, you would probably change your lending standards. You'd probably require more money down. You would probably underwrite that deal differently. Well, for example, Kelley Blue Book, they're saying that the average loan to value is 125% loan to value. So if you were a lender and you were lending on, let's say, a $50,000 car, and you were going to loan $62,500 on that car, because that's 125% loan to value. The buyer's rolling in taxes, tags, dealer fees, rolling everything into the loan. Would you do that if you thought that $50,000 on a car in 2 years or 3 years might be worth $30,000? Probably not. You'd probably loan $20,000 on the car. Give yourself a margin of safety, right? That's what I think is going to happen. We're going to continue to see tighter lending conditions throughout the entire auto market, which is going to make things even harder for people that have gas-powered cars or gas engines trying to sell these cars and people that want to buy them. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau revealed in 2022 that the auto loan debt had reached $1.5 trillion in the U.S., with over 100 million Americans having car debt. So if presently 1 in 5 are underwater on their cars, and there's 100 million cars or car loans, that would mean 20 million at a bare minimum have negative equity in their vehicles. 20 million, right? That's at a bare minimum. I believe we're going to start to see some really, really big changes here, and I think we're going to see a really big opportunity for leasing electric vehicles. A lot of people are going to start doing this when I would not be surprised if we saw electric vehicle leases somewhere around $99 a month, $125 a month. If Tesla's already doing it, for $150 a month in Colorado with these EV rebates, it wouldn't surprise me to start seeing lease officers like that. I mean, like, if you could buy a car, for example, for $1,000 a month, $800 a month, $700 a month, right? Or if you could lease a car last year, 2 years ago, for $400 a month, $350, it might not be that attractive. You might opt in for buying it because at the end you'll own it in 5 years. But if the car is $99 a month, $150 a month, $199 a month, you're probably going to opt in for a lease, especially, if you don't have to, it's easier to qualify for those leases, right? I personally think we're going to see some really, really big changes inside of the entire auto market. And I think what Tesla's doing right now is fueling this massive change alongside the Biden administration. They're basically working together to completely overhaul and change the entire auto market. What do you think about this entire situation? Drop below. Let's have a conversation about this. And if you'd like to fix your credit to position yourself, what I believe is going to be a massive shift of wealth that's about to unfold throughout the auto market, the real estate market, and the economy, we'd love to help you at my company, GreatCreditFast.com. That's GreatCreditFast.com. If you have late payments, medical bills, charge-offs, foreclosures, bankruptcies, repossessions, or any negative item on a credit report, go to GreatCreditFast.com. Click the link in the description just below this video. Schedule a free call for tomorrow, for Monday, and I'll catch you next video.